Hi guys, I am so sorry that it's been so long since I have had the chance to film a video, but my life has been totally crazy and I am so exhausted and so just completely worn out that I just haven't had the time to sit down and make a video, but I am now. I am going to make a video and show you what I've been reading recently, what I've got to read and what I've bought as well. So the last time we spoke I think I said that I got a job in Waterstones and it has literally taken over my life. I have been doing so much overtime and I haven't really had a chance to kind of sit down and stop. But I finally got 3 days off in a row this week, so I am just relaxing and chilling and just catching up on reading and doing all of the things that I can't do when I'm so tired at work. So I thought I would show you some books that I've got recently. I can't quite remember how long ago it was that I showed you what I've got, so I can't really remember which books I've shown you and which books I haven't shown you, but I thought I would show you some books that I've bought from work, and also show you some books that I have got from publishers and have been given as gifts, and also show you some books that I picked up when I went to Skipton. That was kind of like nearly a month ago now, I think it was, I went to Skipton, so I was going to show you a couple of books that I bought from there because I got some awesome deals, so I wanted to show you those. So I'm going to start off with books that I have been given as gifts. Now, I've never before taken part in the Ninja book swap, but this year I was like, yes, I really want to get involved, I really want to have a go, it looks awesome. And I signed up and I've been given my person that I'm going to make a little package for and send to them. But my package arrived today, which was an absolute shock because I wasn't expecting it to arrive so soon. And I opened it up and there was some gorgeous things inside. There was some chocolate, there was a gorgeous note, and 2 books which are on my wish list, and I am so excited to finally have them. The first book that I was given is called The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black, which I'm so excited to finally have. I did borrow this book from the library once, but I never actually got around to reading it, so I'm so excited to finally have a copy that I can actually read. This is about Tana, who lives in a world where walled cities called cold towns exist. In them, quarantined monsters and humans mingle in a decadently bloody mix of predator and prey. It's an eternal party shown on TV 24 hours a day. Gorgeous, glamorous, deadly. The problem is, once you pass through Cold Town gates, you can never leave. So that sounds epic. So I can't wait to get into that one. So thank you so much to Ellie. You can find her on Twitter. She's at Patchwork Bunny. She was the one who sent me this one. So thank you so much, Ellie. I'm so excited to read that one. And she also sent me this gorgeous, gorgeous book called Tinder by Sally Gardner. Now I love Sally Gardner. When I was growing up, she had this series of books called I think it was like The Boy Who Could Fly and The Girl Who Was, or The Smallest Girl in the World, or something like that, and they were such enchanting tales, and I loved them. And as I've grown up, I've kind of followed Sally Gardner and seen what she's come up with, and this is her latest novel called Tinder, but it's actually illustrated the whole way through as well, which is just so exciting because I've never really read, I can't remember the last time I read an illustrated novel, and it just looks so exciting. And this the blurb for this one says, wounded in battle, Otto defies death and finds himself on a journey to a realm of dark magic and mystery. He meets Sapphire, brave of heart and pure of spirit, and learns the powers of the tinderbox and the secrets of the walls. Sally Gardner's Tinder is an exquisite tale of cruelty and great beauty. So I'm super excited to read that one, so a huge thank you again, Ellie, for sending this to me. I am so excited, and thank you for giving me those books. So they are the books I got in the Ninja book swap, which I'm super excited about and really happy, so thank you so much, Ellie, you rock. I thought I'd show you now the books that I have got from work. Because I work at Waterstones, we also get a lot of books sent to us via publishers for us to read so that we can recommend them to customers. And recently when I was at work, I saw this sitting in the staff room and I was like, yes, I need to borrow this to take it home and read, and it is The Infinite Sea by Rick Yancey, which is the second book in the Fifth Wave series. I don't know if it's going to be a series or trilogy, but this is the second book anyway, after the Fifth Wave. I read the Fifth Wave last year, I absolutely devoured it. Really, really, really good. So I'm so excited to have the sequel or the next one in the series to read, and I just think it looks awesome. I don't really want to read the blurb because I don't want to know too much about what happens, but I know we're following on the same character from last time, so Cass is back, and I'm going to follow her on her journey to kind of continue in this mad little crazy world that she's found herself in, so really excited about that one. Then from publishers recently, I've got a couple of books I wanted to show you. The first one is a nice Christmassy read that I'm excited to get into. It Must Have Been the Mistletoe by Judy Astley. I can't remember anything that I've read by Judy Astley before. I must have done, but I cannot remember what it might have been called. Maybe In the Summertime, I think I might have read that one. But this one looks really cute. This is like a Christmas love story. and it's kind of like magical and Christmassy and all warm and cosy, that you can read by the fire with a hot chocolate and all snuggled up. So I'm so excited about this one. So thank you to Transworld for sending me that one. I can't wait to get into that one. Another book that I was sent was It's Not Me, It's You by, no, I think I've always been pronouncing her name wrong. I think it's Vari McFarlane, not Mari. So sorry Vari for pronouncing your name wrong. But this is It's Not Me, It's You by Vari. And I love the tagline. It says, it went like this: I proposed. Paul said yes, not particularly enthusiastically. Then we went for drinks, and he sent a text to the other woman saying, oh God, Dealey wants to marry me. To me, by mistake. So I just think that's amazing that she's asked her husband or her fiancé or her boyfriend to marry her. He said yes, and then his text is, you know, kind of bit on the side to say that she wants to marry she wants to marry him, but he ends up sending it to his girlfriend, which is really awkward, and I can't wait to start reading that and see what happens, because that's just a fantastic premise, an idea to start a novel off with. So super excited about that one, and I think this one comes out in December, no, November it should be. That's exciting, cannot wait for that one. Then a couple more I've got. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I've got so many, and I'm just showing you the ones that I'm most excited about. This one is called Cut Out by Fergus McNeill. This is published by Hodder and Stoughton, and again it's kind of like a crimey one. What if someone wished their life was more like yours, exactly like yours, and what if they lived upstairs? Nigel never meant for it to happen. At first he just wanted to be Matt's friend, but quickly his fascination with his new neighbour drifts into obsession. Rearranging his furniture to recreate the layout of the room downstairs, buying the same clothes, going through Matt's post, his things, becoming Matt without him ever knowing. And it would have been alright, no harm done, if Matt hadn't brought the girl home. When things spiral out of control and the young woman goes missing, Detective Inspector Harland has to unravel the disturbing truth, but there's far more to the case than meets the eye. So I just think that sounds so intriguing and really kind of spooky, so looking forward to reading that one. So thank you, Hodder and Stoughton. That's going to be an awesome one to curl up with in the dark night and get really scared and all excited about. And then this one was sent to me by Head of Zeus, and it is called The Moon Pool by Sophie Littlefield. This was one that I actually requested about like in January this year when the new catalogue came out, and I can't remember what it's about, but the blurb is North Dakota is like nowhere Colleen has ever seen. Vast rolling plains of silvery snow studded with shimmering black pools, lit by occasional flares of orange light. It is a landscape both beautiful and terrible. It is the landscape that swallowed her son. Across town, another mother also searches for her missing boy. He too disappeared from the oil fields where he worked, and no one, not his employers nor the police, seem to care that he is gone. As long as they are alone, these two women will never find out the truth, but if they team up and help each other, then maybe, just maybe, this freezing wilderness will give them back their sons. So that sounds awesome, and I love the cover as well. I think that's so haunting and exciting. So thank you, Head of Zeus, for that one. Cannot wait to read that one. Another really exciting one I've been sent is The Twilight Hour by Nikki Gerard. This is from Penguin Books. Again, this was unsolicited. I've never heard of this author before. I've never read anything by her before. But this looks like it's going to be a bit historical, maybe a bit of a love story as well, secrets and mystery and all those kinds of things. So looking forward to giving that one a go. And again, that's a nice kind of creepy, but also quite romantic cover, which I'm excited about. I also was sent this one, which I've actually started reading. I'm part of the blog tour for this book next week, the 15th. I've got a Q&A, oh no, sorry, this week. I've got a Q&A with Kathy on my blog, and it is Kathy Kelly's new novel, It Started With Paris. Like I say, I've started reading this. I'm only on page 37, so I haven't got that far through it, but I really like Kathy's voice so far. Really think this is going to be an addictive read. This starts off in Paris, and we meet a couple who get engaged, and then it follows them through kind of planning their wedding, but it also goes into detail of people in their lives. So it's got like brothers or sisters or aunties or mothers and all those kinds of things, and it goes through like different people in the family. So I'm really excited to get get further into this, and I also love the cover as well. It's not too shiny on the proof, but I've seen it in real life at work, and it's all glittery and shiny and lovely. So definitely a book that will make a fantastic Christmas present this year. It's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And then the final book that I've been sent recently is called Frozen Charlotte by Alex Bell, not Annabelle, Alex Bell. And this was just insane. This is a new horror series, or it's like Stripes Publishing is starting up a new kind of imprint called Red Eye, which is going to be like horror stories for teenagers, and they've got 4 in the pipeline so far. And this is the first one that they're going to publish, called Frozen Charlotte, and oh my goodness, it basically is the most scary thing I've read in such a long time. And that's like saying something, because this is meant for teenagers, and I was like, oh, it's not going to be that scary because it's just for teenagers. But actually this really did freak me out. And it's about these little Frozen Charlotte dolls, and basically they cause all sorts of things to happen, and people are dying and all these things are happening. And it's about this girl who goes to stay on an island with her family and her cousins, and things start happening, and it's really haunting, really quite grisly. There's some really kind of dark things that happen in this book, but it's so compelling and you just cannot put it down. And it didn't take me long to read at all because the font is quite big and it's only about 350 pages, and I just could not put it down. It's just so good, so I have to recommend that you check this out. I think it's already out as an ebook for 49p, so I'll leave a link to that down below. So definitely go and buy it, but it comes out in paperback on the 5th of January, so make sure you keep your eyes peeled for that one, because this is going to be a big book. I loved it. Some books I bought when I was in Skipton, I'll quickly go through those. I'm not going to show you too much because obviously we will be here for years, but I bought Big Brother by Lionel Shriver from the bookshop that was closing down, so all the books were £1, and it wasn't until I got home I realised it was a signed copy, which is always exciting. So that's Big Brother by Lionel Shriver. I also picked up Tideline by Penny Hancock from a charity shop there. I've wanted to read Penny Hancock for quite a while, but I've never actually been able to pick up any of her books before because I've never really, found them when I've had the money to buy them. But this was £1 in a charity shop, so I was really excited about that. I also picked up this one in the closing down bookshop for £1. It's Gingerbread by Robert Dinsdale. I've seen this so many times and I've heard so much about it, and I'm really fascinated by it. It's kind of like a fairy tale-ish kind of monsters, wood, wolves, that kind of like winters and all that kind of thing. I'm excited. So that is called Gingerbread. I can't wait to read that one. And another one I picked up is another Penny Hancock one, which was also in the pound shop, or the closing down bookshop that everything was £1. This is called The Darkening Hour by Penny Hancock. This is about two women, and I think kind of there's two different stories to something that's happened, and it's kind of like, who do you believe? So I'm really excited about that one. And I also picked up these three as well. I thought I'd quickly show you. The Drowning of Arthur Braxton was £1 too, so I got that one. Again, heard a lot about it, seen it everywhere, so I'm really excited to read it. I also got 13 Little Blue Envelopes by Maureen Johnson. Again, another book that I've heard a lot about. I've seen a lot about it, but I've never had the chance to read it. So for £1, I couldn't turn it down. And the same goes for Chris Carter, The Death Sculptor. I've never read any of Chris Carter before, and I didn't really know. I don't know whether this is his first book or his third book or his second book or whatever, but everyone has been saying how much they love him, so I decided to pick this book up and give him a go. And I love the fact that he's actually a criminal psychologist, so he actually knows what he's talking about. He's actually worked with people like this, so it's going to be awesome. So yes, that is that one. So that is what I brought from Skipton, and now I thought I'd show you what I've bought recently from work. So at work, obviously working in a bookshop, it's really hard not to fall in love with books that I see on the shelves, and it's really tricky when I'm, kind of shelving books to not, just put one aside for myself. But I do find myself doing that a lot. I'm like, oh, I love the sound of this book, so I put it away for myself and then buy it when my wages come in. So I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bought more than 6 books, but these are the ones I'm going to show you because the other ones kind of are like ends of series or kind of fit in with books that I've already bought. So like it's like the third book in a series or a second book, or to just fill in gaps that I've got and things like that. But these ones all here are all completely new and are not based around series. So yes, the first one I got is the Broadchurch novel. This is written by Erin Kelly, which is based on the story in the TV series, and I've never seen the TV series of Broadchurch, but I've heard a lot about it, like I do hear about most things these days. Everyone was raving about it, but I never really got around to watching it, and I kind of wanted to read the story rather than watch it, because sometimes when you watch it, you're kind of, when it's visual and you're watching it, you're able to piece it together more quickly than you can when you read it. I prefer reading because it gives you more of a chance to kind of slowly work everything out, whereas if it's quite visual, sometimes you see clues and you see things and it kind of leads you to the answer quite quickly, whereas I find when I read, it takes me longer to work out what's happened, so that's why I want to read it first. And then I will probably end up watching the TV series, buying the TV series and watching it, but yes, so that is Broadchurch. If you haven't heard of it, it's basically a based on a BAFTA award winning TV series, which is about a death, I think, of a young boy, and somebody it's like trying to find out who did it and all those kinds of things, and it involves all the the community of Broadchurch, so I'm really looking forward. to reading this one, and I have actually started reading it a little bit. I've read like the first chapter, but when I was looking at the books kind of sitting on the shelves, and this one caught my eye, and the first 2 sentences of this book just caught my attention straight away, and I was like, I need this book. And they are: one road in, one road out. Broadchurch isn't on the way to anywhere, and you don't go there by accident. I was just like, yes, please, let me read this novel. So excited about that one. Another book that I picked up is the new novel by Michael Grant, which is called Messenger of Fear. And we were super lucky at work because we were given some signed copies. So I've got a lovely signed copy of this one. Michael Grant is the author of the Gone series, and he also wrote is it the Berserk series or the BZRK, which I think is about a dog or something, and he wrote those. And this one sounds amazing. This is like about a messenger who, like, I think it goes around and just like gives people the option to like play a game or die or something, and it just sounds so exciting. So yeah, really looking forward to that, and I just adore the cover too. I haven't actually looked under the dust jacket yet. Oh, okay, now that is awesome. I don't know if you can see it with the light, but it's got like loads of different things on it. So there's like a heart and a clown and a coffin, things like that, and then on the spine it's got the name of the book. But that is awesome. I'm well excited about that now. Can't wait to get into that one. So that is Messenger of Fear by Michael Grant. Then I also got from work a book called, now I have heard of this before, but I've never actually really like, it's one of those books that you've seen like on publishers' websites, or you've seen it talked about, but you never really remember it until you actually see it again. And it's called Her by Harriet Lane. Now it is supposed to look out of focus, so don't worry, your eyes aren't going funny. It is supposed to look like it's not really in focus. And this is about 2 different women in 2 different worlds. Emma is a struggling mother who has put everything on hold. Nina is sophisticated and independent, entirely in control. When the pair meet, Nina generously draws Emma into her life, but this isn't the first time the women's paths have crossed. Nina remembers Emma, and she remembers what Emma did. But what exactly does Nina want from her, and how far will she go in pursuit of it? Sounds exciting, and I love Underneath the Dust Jacket as well. It's such an awesome colour, and again it's got the kind of out of focus her on it, which is super exciting. So I cannot wait to get into that one. That's the only problem, you see. I've got so many books that it's just kind of trying to get round to reading them all. And I am honestly going to put myself in a book buying ban soon. I did say I was going to go on one till the end of November, but I kind of broke that accidentally, so I'm going to make sure that I do go on a strict book buying ban soon, because I need to get books read before I keep buying more, because otherwise all of the books that I've got behind me are never going to get read, and they're just going to sit there and be sad forever because I'm not going to read them. So I'm determined to read them before I start buying more. But anyway, I've got 3 more books to show you, and then I promise you I'll be done. So the next book is called Lobsters by Tom Ellen and Lucy Iverson. I've never heard of this book before until I saw it sitting on the shelf, and I saw that spine, and that spine was all it took for me to pick it up and be like, yes, I want it. And the tagline is a socially awkward love story, which basically sums up my life, so I was like, yes, I want to read it. The blurb is Sam and Hannah have just the summer before... I'll start that again. Sam and Hannah have just the summer before uni to find the one, their lobster. But fate works against them with awkward misunderstandings, the plotting of friends, and their own fears of being virgins forever. In the end, though, it all boils down to love. So it sounds like an awesome epic teen read, full of angst and all that kind of like exciting first love before uni, and I just think the cover's gorgeous, and yes, I cannot wait to read that one. The next one I brought is a book that I have wanted for ages and ages and ages, and I've seen it around everywhere, and so many people have reviewed it and have spoken about it, and I was like, I finally need to get this book, and it is Why We Broke Up by Daniel Handler, and it's also illustrated by Maria Kalman. Now this is a funny old book. It's kind of got the different dimensions to a normal paperback book. It's a little bit shorter and a little bit wider than normal, and like I say, it's like full of illustrations as well, so it's got like the text and illustrations throughout, which kind of illustrate the story, as that is what illustrations are. But yeah, this is about I'm not entirely sure what it's about, but it's about, I think it's a girl or potentially a man who's writing to the character called Ed and is saying, this is the box, Ed, inside is everything: 2 bottle caps, a movie ticket from Greta in the Wild, a note from you, a box of matches, your protractor, Joan's book, the stolen sugar, a toy truck, those ugly earrings, a comb from a motel, and the rest of it. This is it, Ed, the whole story of why we broke up. So really exciting read that. So that is that one. And then finally, the last book I want to show you is one of the most gorgeous books I've ever seen in my life, if not the most gorgeous book. It is called My True Love Gave to Me, and it is 12 winter romances written by some of the best names in YA fiction. So for example, Holly Black, Ali Carter, Johnny Han, Stephanie Perkins, Rainbow Rowell, David Levithan. It basically is just full to the brim of awesomeness around Christmas time, and the cover is just the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen in my life. And if that's not enough, look at the edge of the book. It is totally fluorescent pink, which I adore. Absolutely adore it. And it's just, and I love the back. It says, "Long cold nights are for falling in love." I agree. And the inside pages as well are just so cute. I just love it. So yeah, that is so beautiful. And I am about kind of just 2/3 of the way through, maybe half of the way through. I've read the first, let me just double, I think actually I'm about halfway through. I've read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've read 6 stories and I've got 6 more to go. My favourite so far definitely has to be Angels in the Snow by someone called Matt de la Pena. I think that's his name. I've never heard of him before actually, so I'm going to check him out soon. But that was my favourite one I've read so far. I also love Rainbow Rowell's one. She's always really good at writing. And Stephanie Perkins' one was also really good as well. I wasn't quite sure about Jenny Han's one and Kelly Link's one. They were both a little bit kind of surreal. But yeah, love it. Love this book, and I cannot wait to put it on my shelf because it will just look absolutely beautiful. So yeah, that is that one. So definitely buy this book. It is a must read. It is gorgeous and I love it. And that is all, because I don't think I have anything else to show you. And that is good for you, because otherwise we could be here for a lot longer. So that is all of the books I've got recently, all of the things that kind of I wanted to show you. So yes, I hope that you are excited that I am back. I'm certainly excited I'm back. I'm going to try and make a video a week. Probably not going to happen, just going to put it out there, but hopefully, fingers crossed, it might happen. If you want to leave me any recommendations in the comments below, please do let me know what you're reading at the moment and what you have read and what's really good. And yeah, let's just have a chat. Let's talk about books, because I love talking about books because books are awesome. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you have enjoyed it, and I will see you again very soon, I promise. Bye!